What's good, everybody? Finally, I'm back from Kentucky. It's your boy Bookit Trent back on the Yap Sesh on this beautiful Monday in the comfort of my backyard. Kind of a shit day, but damn, I'm so happy to be back, boys. Had a great time in Kentucky, but it's time to get back home and lock in and not leave for a while. It's good to be back, man. Hope you guys had a great week while I was gone. Lot to talk about today, a lot to cover. Lot to recap from this past weekend from me on my end. My time in Kentucky was amazing. It was a great time. It was nothing like the Kentucky Derby I've ever been to before. But we're finally home. Let's recap the trip. It was a long one, Tuesday to Sunday, especially after getting back from Belize for a week long to then come home for a day and then go to Kentucky for basically a whole week. It was a lot. I'm just so fucking hyped to just be back home, chill, bunker down, get surgical, lab up, because we got a lot of coin to make this week as we get balls deep into these NBA and MLB or NBA and NHL playoffs. But let's recap the trip, guys. It was amazing. So backstory on why I went, who I went with, and how I was able to even go to that shit and get that opportunity. So I was pretty confused going into it, but now I know everything and I understand everything about why I was brought to this and why I was partnered with this company to bring awareness to horse racing for the younger audience. But basically, there's a fantasy horse racing app. It's called Game of Silks, right? And Game of Silks is owned and created by a, what do you call it? I don't even know what to fucking call it. A horse racing organization that has a farm, which is called Tropical Racing. And that's the group that I was with the entire weekend. They own a bunch of horses. They have their own farm. And they basically want to get eyeballs, more people interested into the horse racing sport. Hence the fact they found an influencer like myself to go with them and make content and just be a part of the scene, which is why I'm going to multiple different horse races throughout the next 6 months. But basically, Game of Silks is the name of the fantasy app, and I haven't even played it yet. I don't know too much about it. They're going to introduce me to the product in the next horse race I go to, so I can't really dive too deep into how it works and what it is, but what I know is people physically own horses through this app, and a couple people that we were with in the suite had horses racing Thursday, Friday, Saturday for a chance to win thousands of dollars, 30, 50, hundreds of thousands if their horses won these races. So it was awesome to experience that, sweat out these horse races with guys worth millions of dollars, sweating out their horses that they own through the app. It was awesome. So hopefully I can tap more into the Game of Silks app in these next couple of races. But Thursday was the Thurby, I guess. It's like a mini derby, I guess. And there's 12 races each day. I didn't even know in the Kentucky Derby that there's races going on the whole day. I learned so fucking much on this trip, chat. It was nuts. Thursday, I walk into the races having zero idea how to bet on horses, bro. It was nuts. It's an entirely new language. You got exactas, trifectas, pick fives, you know, all these new words. I felt like I was walking into the sports book for the first time and I was a deer in headlights. I don't know what any of this shit means. I don't know how you cap horses. I don't even know what you look for when you cap horses. But it was a lot for me on the first day. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just picking outright winners, hoping I would win. I hit like 2 of them. But I learned very quickly, putting $100 on an outright winner is not the way to go about betting on horses. You got to take exactas. You got to take trifectas. You got to box those up, if you guys know what that means. But I will love to teach you guys everything about horse racing. But I want to continue the yap here. But yeah, Thursday was the Thurby. It was very overwhelming, but it was a great time. We had a suite. It was a beautiful suite owned by the Tropical Racing Horse Group. And it was awesome to be able to experience that on Thursday. On Friday was the Kentucky Oaks, which is where the female horses race. And it's a very popular race. A lot of people were there. Also, didn't really know what I was doing, but I definitely started to learn more on Friday and getting the hang of it. And I actually hit a trifecta box, which was so hype. There was a guy in the suite that's friends with one of the guys that owns Tropical Racing, and he spoon-fed me a trifecta box. It was $50. It paid out like $800. I was so bricked. I got all my coin back from Thursday, thankfully. So we broke even there. But it was so fun, dude. There's nothing like the exhilarating feeling of a trifecta box. And you got the 3 horses that you need to finish first, second, third, going down the line. And it was awesome to see that shit cash. But let's get to the Derby, boys. I got a lot of shit to say about this. So first off, on my way to the goddamn Derby, I Ubered to Churchill Downs corporate offices, which I don't think I've ever felt more like a bozo in my entire life than I did in that moment. I wasn't even paying attention to where the Uber driver was taking me because I'm labbing up plays for the day. I'm looking at what horses I'm gonna take. I'm posting content in the car. I look up and he's like, oh, you're here. This ain't a fucking horse track, bro. Where are we? And I see Churchill Downs on the side of the building. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? I just told this Uber to take me to goddamn corporate office Churchill Downs. Thankfully, it was like 20 minutes away from the track, but holy shit, I felt like the biggest bozo of all time. It was just, I was speechless in that moment. It was just a funny moment. You guys got a good laugh out of it on Twitter. But yeah, I was in fucking shambles after that. But we get there. I'm hyping up. I'm feeling great about my horse, Forever Young. Okay, Forever Young. I picked this one. I did some lab work. You know, I felt like after a few days of being in Kentucky, I started picking up on some of the knowledge I needed to make a decision on what horse I was going to take in the Derby. I saw Forever Young. A Japanese horse has never won the Kentucky Derby. The day before at the Kentucky Oaks, we saw some Japanese horses have some good success in the mud because it was raining, and I was like, see, that's an edge right there. I just watched a Japanese horse win a fucking race. Let me look at what horses are Japanese in the Derby, and it was Forever Young, right in the middle of the pack in terms of odds, and I was like, dude, I played the song by Jay-Z, and I felt it in my plums. I was like, it's Forever Young. This is my Mage. This is the one. This is it. And so I nuked it. I hit that trifecta box, immediately went to the counter and put $500 on Forever Young to win the Kentucky Derby. It was like 10-1 odds at the time that I placed it. First of all, I learned that when you place a horse wager, the odds change. CLV doesn't exist in horse racing. You get whatever the closing line is, regardless of when you place it, which was baffling to me. But anyways, I placed the bet on Forever Young, and I'm just like sweating this out all day. I'm so confident. I'm so excited for this shit to start. And they open the fucking gates. First of all, there's nothing like the Kentucky Derby when they open the gates, bro. Everybody's buzzing. It's the most exciting 2.5 minutes in sports. I was getting goosebumps the whole fucking race, dude. It was just exhilarating. And I can't find Forever Young during the race. I'm like, it's same shit as Mage, bro. I'm like, Forever Young and dead last, I fucking bet, dude. Believe it or not, we come around the final turn. It looks like Mystic fucking Dan is gonna run away with this shit. Sierra Leone and goddamn Forever Young are right behind him, but I thought it was a landslide finish. And then all of a sudden, goddamn Sierra Leone and Forever Young just dash at the end, dude. Dash. Photo finish. Nobody around us has any fucking clue who won the race, which is kind of the downside of being there because you can't experience it on TV, of course, but nobody has any fucking clue. So I'm thinking, holy shit, did Forever Young just do the damn thing? Did he squeak it out last second? And sure enough, no, he fucking didn't. I was in cat piss and we lost by a literal pussy hair, bro. A pubic hair. I was sick to my stomach. Not knowing that Sierra Leone, the jockey, stuck his arm out and grabbed Forever Young right before the fucking finish line, cost him a win. And the most frustrating part, we were sitting in the suite with a horse owner who's an Asian horse owner, and she's very respected in the industry, and she owns multiple horses, and she knows everything she's talking about. Very sharp horse race bettor. She goes, I showed her a picture of what Sierra Leone's jockey did to Forever Young, and she wanted to throw up. And I'm like, is this not legal? Is this not allowed? And she goes, no, that's not allowed. And the worst part about it is that since it was a Japanese jockey riding that horse, riding Forever Young, he was not going to stick up and make a fucking scene and protest that situation that occurred, because apparently in their culture they just respect the result and move on. they're not gonna fight for something like that happened. They're just gonna fucking accept it and move on. However, I was told if that was fierceness that happened to, it would have been a complete shit show. They would have protested it. They would have had disqualifications, the whole fucking nine. But since it was a Japanese horse and a Japanese jockey, they weren't gonna do shit about it, which I honestly wish I never fucking heard that, because that makes me want to throw up. So that's basically what went down. I was in cat shit, bro. I thought we had it. I thought I went back to back on the Derby. Unfortunately, we lost by a pubic hair. So shout out anybody who had Mystic Dan. You didn't have Mystic Dan. Nobody fucking did. You know who didn't have Mystic Dan? Me, in the 15 horses that I picked for a $200 bet. If you missed my TikTok and my video that I posted, one of the guys in the suite who is very involved with the Game of Silks app, owns multiple horses, dude's fucking loaded. He was just hustling me and Nikki Smokes the whole weekend. Nikki Smokes from Barstool, shout out Nikki Smokes, that dude's fucking hilarious. He was just hustling us the whole weekend. He bet Nikki Smokes $1,000 that he couldn't eat a hot dog and a beer for every race on the Derby day. And that's basically 14 hot dogs and 14 beers in a span of like 9 hours. And he fucking did it, and he got his $1,000, which I gotta give my fucking flowers to him. I was not gonna do that. I turned that down. No way I was doing that. Nikki Smokes did it, and I was fucking very impressed. Anyways, this dude Travis from Game of Silks was hustling us the whole fucking weekend. It was nuts. He bet that if he gave me 15 horses, 15, I couldn't pick the winner. And I was like, dude, are you fucking crazy? That's the most awful, the most disrespectful bet I've ever heard in my life. I picked 15, and of course, Mystic Dan wasn't one of them. I gotta take a sip of the Yappuccino for this bullshit, bro. I was in absolute moose shit. Insane, dude. Insane. But shout out Travis, that dude was hilarious. He ended up trying to fleece me in pool. He fleeced Nikki Smokes and made him take the shirt off his back, which was also fucking hilarious. But anyways, moving on from that, moose shit at the Derby, but there was nothing like the Kentucky Derby. To be completely honest with you, I don't know if I would want to go to the Kentucky Derby if I didn't have the sweet experience that I had. I'm very blessed to have gotten that, of course. But sitting in the floor in the field, that kind of looks like shit, to be honest with you. Especially the first 2 days, it was fucking raining. I would have hated to have been out there. And same with the stands. It was raining, and then the Derby day, it was fucking sweaty as balls. So imagine wearing a full suit in hot as hell weather, just dripping sweat, bro. That just sounds miserable. I'd rather watch it on my fucking couch. But where I was sitting, oh my God, I would do that shit every fucking weekend if I could. It was amazing, especially having a kiosk in the suite, not having to wait in lines and shit. I mean, that was incredibly valuable in itself. I can't even imagine how much that shit costs to get everybody in that suite. Shout out the guys at Game of Silks and Tropical Racing and America's Best Racing for everything all weekend. It was an incredible weekend. I would love to tell you guys what I learned about horse betting, but I've been ranting about the Derby for far too long, so let's keep moving here. I am going to the Preakness races in 2 weeks. I believe that's in Baltimore, right? I could be totally wrong on that, but can't wait for the Preakness. That's going to be a hell of a fucking time. And breaking news, boys. You guys know I had to pick one horse. I had to pick one horse out of the 3 to be mine, to have a small stake in, and I went with the unpopular opinion. And I just had to stick with my gut. I had to. I had no choice. Imafighter is the horse I now own. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I own a horse, and his name is Imafighter. Everybody's bitching at me because he didn't run that day. It doesn't mean shit that he didn't run. That is a small drop in a huge bucket of this horse's life. And it was literally not even his scheduled day to go run, okay? He's not injured. He's fine. He's gorgeous. He's beautiful. He's amazing. And I can't wait to fucking just follow up with this horse and get him going and get him some races, dude. It's going to be fucking insane. But yeah, breaking news, Imafighter is now my horse, all right? So let's keep it moving. I hope I'm not running into fucking Mikey Over's show here, but I might be. So let's keep this going. Tuesday night was the best night of prize picks I've ever had. Actually, that's such cap. The second best day I've ever had in prize picks in my whole life. I get to Kentucky on Tuesday night. and every slip I placed before I left smacked, bro. $34,000 on Prize Picks. I was beyond bricked, boys. It was incredible. It felt great. I missed that feeling, and I'm itching for it again, and we're running it back tonight. It was nuts. So hype. Let's recap the NBA and NHL playoffs since I've been gone, dude. NBA, the T-Wolves are fucking scary as shit, dude. I know I'm a huge Thunder fan, and I'm praying we get through the Mavs here, but I don't even know who I want to play more or less, I guess. The Nuggets or the Wolves. The Wolves are scary as fuck. I didn't watch any of that Nuggets-Wolves game because I was out at the races, sadly, but the Wolves are scary as shit. The Knicks series was awesome against the 76ers. Thank fuck they won that game in Game 6, I believe that was. That was a great game, great series. Jalen Brunson's him. Fuck the Sixers, dude. I actually kind of hate the Sixers. You know who I hate, though? The fucking Clippers, bro. I'm so done with them. I'm so glad I don't have to watch those bozos play basketball anymore. Paul George never shows up when you need him, bro. That was a moose shit bet. Thank the lords above I didn't put $5,000 on them to win the NBA Finals. That would have been a moose shit wager. They're trash. Blow up the team. I don't know where they go from here. The sorry-ass Cavaliers should have lost in Game 7. I don't know how the fuck the Magic crumbled so badly. They were up by damn near 20 points. But honestly, I'm glad the Magic lost despite me losing 5 units because somebody's got to take down the Celtics, and it certainly wasn't going to be the Magic. I'd rather have the Cavs going up against the C's. But from what I saw in that series, the Cavs are probably going to get fucking swept by the Celtics because they are moose shit as well. Donovan Mitchell, 50-burger in Game 6. 40-burger in Game 7. We're going to need that every fucking game against the Celtics if they want to have a shot. The Bucks are a joke. That was a donation. Blow that team up. That team sucks. And OKC Dallas is going to be an absolute cinema, boys. I don't know what my plan is going into this. I'm a diehard Thunder fan. This is all I've got. I don't have any other team except maybe the Anaheim Angels that I actually give a shit about. The Thunder are all I have, boys. And I ain't risking shit betting on them. I already have my future. That's good enough for me. I'm nuking the Mavericks every fucking game because I'm giving the Thunder every chance they can to win this series. So I'm going to do my best to try and curse the Mavericks because fuck them. There's not too many teams I hate more than the Dallas Mavericks. And we got to win this series, bro. We have to. We have to. We cannot let the city down. We need this win, all right? Avs to win the series against the Dallas Stars is probably going to be upwards of a 20, maybe even a 30-unit mega max. The Stars, dude, I'll give it to them. They earned that series win against the Knights. Wyatt Johnson is literally Connor McDavid. He's fucking goated. I'll give them their flowers. But the Avalanche, if they sell this series, I'm going to be broke because I'm fucking nuking the Avalanche. And dude, Ninja fading me last night, what was that about? I was so caught off guard. I was watching Netflix for a bit, put my phone away, grabbed my phone after like an hour of chill time, and I see Ninja just faded me. I was just so baffled, bro. I mean, that might be an all-time low. That might be worse than the fucking, nah, it's not worse than me picking 15 horses and not winning one. But I can't believe Ninja even knows who the fuck I am, dude, let alone actually putting a rackaroony on the opposite of my bet. Just, you just never know who sees your tweets these days. I mean, like, I had no idea Ninja even knew I existed. So, I mean, cheers to that, I guess. Fuck yeah. And Tim the Tap Man be fading me too, bro. The Rangers beat the Canes, and shockingly, I actually won a bet in the Garden. Are they legit? Are they going to win that series? Are they legit contenders? I don't know. And dude, where do I even begin with Leafs fans, bro? I feel so bad. I feel awful. What a horrific way to lose that series against the Bruins. An overtime goal. I felt disgusted, bro. I felt so sad for them. I just don't ever see them getting over the hump. And what the fuck was up with Matthews, bro? Was he hurt? Was he sick? Did he just give up on the squad? I don't know, but pretty ridiculous he didn't play. I just feel so bad for Leafs fans, bro. They want this shit so bad, and they just never are on the right side of fluke shit. It's insane. Leafs fan, if you're out there, bro, listen to this shit. I'm thinking about you, man. I hope all is well. That's basically it. MLB, I've been super untapped since I left for Kentucky. Haven't even watched baseball, haven't really bet on it much except the Dodgers. But I'm tapping the fuck back in now that I'm home. So more to come with that, but the Dodgers did sweep the Braves, which was pretty hype. Shout out the Doyers, bro. Ohtani's starting to heat up. He's hitting some gags for the fantasy squad. Speaking of gags, Devers gag yesterday. Needed that one so bad, dude. I was sitting at the airport and pissed from the whole weekend, and Devers put a smile on my face. So thank you, Raphael. Quick Q&A from Twitter, and I've got some plays. Let's get to it. Let me answer some questions. 20-minute yap. Let's wrap this up pretty quick, boys. I've been yapping. Couple questions. Calling our shot said, who was the most famous person you met at Churchill Downs? I was in the suite basically the whole time, surrounded by people worth billions of dollars that aren't really famous. But I did get to meet Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy, which is pretty fucking cool. But that was probably the most famous person I ran into and saw. But other than that, basically billionaires that really you don't know who they are is basically who was in the suites with me. Other question, what was your honest reaction to seeing Ninja fading you? I was baffled, bro. I was fucking so confused. I was like, is this actually Ninja? Is this really him? I don't even know how he found me. I know a couple of his moderators from his streams follow me, and they probably spoon-fed him a whale. They probably told him to take the stars, but I was hyped, honestly. I was like, holy fuck, dude, Ninja knows who I am. Let's fucking go. So we'll take those. We'll take those for sure. How do you feel about winning 0 bets at the Derby? Someone asked. Pretty fucking shitty, dude. I was really excited to run it back. I thought I was going to have another Mage moment. Unfortunately, I didn't. We lost by a pubic hair, but it's okay. We move. I hope the next time you're in Vegas, the bottle girls take a piss in your drinks before they serve you. Oh, that's not a question. That's just one of my DMs. What did you do before you became a full-time capper? Also, do you feel like you get bullied on social media too much? What did I do before this? Nothing, because I graduated from college and went right into this. But I was interning for, I told you guys this before, Dallas Cowboys, Fox Sports, NFL Network. I was going to work in sports and do something, but I ended up, starting my own company. Do I feel like I get bullied too much? Not really. I kind of asked for it, and I've got thick skin, so I could give two fucks about what people say on social media. That's part of the game. Part of the game. Cheers to that. I need some water real quick and a jewel rip. By the way, speaking of jewel rips, the mint juleps, kind of mid. I like the lilies. The lilies is the official drink of the Kentucky Oaks, which is the female horse race. Those are fire. The mint juleps, not really my thing. All right, that's it for the Q&As, boys. Thanks for asking me some questions from Twitter. I appreciate it. I got some plays for you today. I've got a PP Nuke that I fucking love. Let's get right to it. Quick jewel rip, though. NBA, we got 2 games tonight. We got game 1 of this Knicks-Pacers series. I'm going with the Knicks in the Garden, bro. Let's run that shit back. Run that shit back in the Garden. Knicks -5.5. This should be a series that ends in 5. No more than 5. It goes 6. That's crazy. But the Knicks -5.5 tonight in the Gooey Garden. They should win by double digits. Let's see it happen, Brunson. He's fucking him. Let's move on to the late game. Clearly, you know where I'm going. T-Wolves +5.5. This team is scary as fuck, dude. If they can take care of the Nuggets in Denver, it's wraps, dude. It's fucking wraps. They are just such a complete team. They've got the young guys. They've got the vets. They've got size. They've got guards who could score. They got everything. It's very scary. I'm honestly rooting for the Nuggets. I'm a little less frightened by the Nuggets than I am the T-Wolves at this point. But we're betting on the T-Wolves again. Let's fucking go. Let's go to the Diamond. I missed the Diamond. I'm going straight to where you think I'm going. Dodgers -1.5 against the moose shit Marlins, who just gave up 20 runs to the Oakland A's the other day. 20 runs to the Oakland A's. Can you fucking believe that? And sure enough, it's Walker Buehler Day. His first start of the year, I believe. One of my favorite pitchers to back. Not a great spot to back him in his first start back. But fuck it, dude. I'm all in. Walker Buehler -1.5 against the moose shit Marlins. Mariners money line against the Twins. The Twins just won 11 games in a row, which ended yesterday. And the Mariners are favored? Come on, dude. It's Castillo on the bump today. He's him, and he's going to dial the fuck in. and the Mariners are going to win that game. I'm pretty sharp with the Mariners. And last but not least, another stud on the bump today, Reagan's Royals money line. It's Reagan's day, boys. Should have been in my goat whale, didn't put him in, but today we're riding with them. Cole Reagan's Royals money line. All right. Here's the prize, or one more play on the ice, of course. I'm laying the juice with the Panthers ML. -160 against the Bruins in game 1 of this series. Give me the Cats. They're winning this shit at home. Prize picks Nuke, and then we're done. Josh Hart, rebounds and assists. I want guys who are leaving it out all on the floor, and they're giving it their all. And that's fucking the definition of Josh Hart. Josh Hart over 18 rebounds and assists. He hit that pretty easily multiple times in the last series. I don't expect anything different today against the Pacers. Let's move on to the GOAT, Anthony Edwards, dude. There needs to be a conversation about how goated Anthony Edwards can potentially be, dude. He literally is 21, 22, and he looks like he owns the league. Like he's the face of this fucking whole league. He's him. He's incredible. I recognized this very early on. That's why he was in the GOAT whale this year and last year. He ended up selling this year, unfortunately. But he's fucking goated, and he's scoring 30 today. Edwards points. Castillo, fantasy score on the Mariners. He's going to pitch a gem, and the Mariners are going to win. He's going to get the quality start. He's going to get his strikeouts. He's going to do it all. He's going to pitch a fucking gem. Walker Buehler strikeouts. This one's a bit iffy, but we're taking it because he's a GOAT, and the Marlins are fucking dog shit. And lastly, Matthew Ratfuck Tkachuk, over half an assist against the Bruins tonight. He's going to be CP3 on the ice. He always is. He's always getting involved in skirmishes, and he's always involved in the goals on the offensive attack for the Panthers. So we're going with Matthew fucking Tkachuk. So the prize picks 5-man today. Josh Hart, rebounds and assists. Anthony Edwards, points. Luis Castillo, fantasy score. Walker Buehler, strikeouts. And Ratfuck Tkachuk, over half an assist. A rackaroony to pay $10K. And we're getting tucked into my first day back home from Kentucky, boys. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of the Yap Sesh. Let's make some coin and muck some clam and lock in for a big week, boys, because the units have got to come home. GG's. We'll be fucking seeing. Until next time, peace. Much love. Cheers. Grab your Yappuccinos.